Hello everyone and welcome to the World War II reenacting channel. Today we'll be taking a look at my 101st Airborne Web Gear. This is pretty much just what I carry with me to my reenactments for living histories or whatever as a soldier in the 101st Airborne, or paratrooper I guess. That said, welcome to my new channel. If you don't already know me, I do the Civil War reenacting channel, and I've now started up this channel because I do both Civil War reenacting and World War II reenacting. So I kind of got my plate full now. But they're both great hobbies. I recommend getting into them, especially if you're a history lover or even like a gun enthusiast, that kind of thing, because we go out and shoot guns all day and have a lot of fun. It's a great hobby. I recommend getting into. That said, though, welcome, and let's go ahead and start taking a look at all my gear. Mainly D-Day impression, like I said. The M1 is not part of this video. Don't worry, I'm not holding out on you. It will be part of a video sooner or later. If I can close this without getting grand thumb. So, I'll have plenty of videos on this relatively soon. Hopefully soon. If I can get this tripod to go down, go ahead and take a look at the gear. So speaking of the M1, we're going to talk about the ammo first and foremost. We're going to start with the cartridge belt. Now, I don't know the exact name for this, but I'm going to call it a cartridge belt. I think that's what most people call it for the M1. It's got 10 pockets in it, or 10 little compartments. I'm trying to think of the name for it right now. For the clips, all of these have empty clips, just as you see here, but except for this one, which I'll show you in a second. I'm also going to be telling you as we go along through this video what's original, what's correct, that kind of stuff. All my clips are original, they're all surplus. The belt itself is Korean War, I believe, so which is fine. It's still Army surplus, it's good. And then take a look at this real clip in here, if I can ever get it out. These things are a pain in the butt to get out. I don't know why, but it's like if you put blanks in here, it's easy to get out, but I'm gonna have to come all the way around just to get this thing out. If you put real live rounds in here, it can be a pain in the butt. Gotta wiggle it out of here. Alright, so here, I'll come back around again. Here is a fully loaded real clip. This is real ammo. You see the primers are live, but I'm not retarded, and I'm gonna, I don't keep this in here, and I'm not gonna put up my gun. But that's 30-06 ammo. Went out shooting the other day with my buddy Taylor. Had a ton of fun doing that. It's a great gun to shoot. Really accurate. Pretty high power too, So, let's see. Take a look at the first aid pouch. The cover itself is not original. It is at the front though, so it's good quality. But it's good reproduction. The Carlisle bandage itself though is original. I got 2 of these for $5. A pretty good deal if I do say so myself. And I did decide to open one for demonstration purposes. There's the bandage. There is the sulfuramide, or whatever you want to call it, and that powder, what you do is it's like a mix between salt and confectionery sugar, if that's the kind of texture you're looking for. I put sugar in mine because that's, you can hear it shaking around in there. Anyway, what you do is you take that powder and you sprinkle the powder over the wound, and then you wrap it with the bandage. And they found out that powder that was originally meant to stop infection sometimes helped coax infection along and would later create diseases and burning rashes after the skin had healed and things like that. So if you want to know more about that, I'm not a doctor, don't ask me. Over here, look at the canteen. Another one of the things that is not original is this canteen cover, but it's at the front reproduction, so it's really good. At the front is really, their stuff is just about as good as surplus stuff. Sometimes even better if I do say so myself. Open it up here, I'll show you the canteen. I know everyone likes to see it, I don't know why. This canteen I got for $5 with the cup and an original cover. I don't use the original cover because it's pretty beat up and it's got some dude's name on the bottom, so I figured I'd use my reproduction. You can see it is 45 dated. You can see the date right there. There you go. 1945. GP and FCO, General Processed and Foods. I have no idea what that stands for. I'm just totally screwing with you. The cup itself is Marines, I believe. Please tell me if it is Marines. The research I've done, it's a Marines cup because the handle is different, and it does say FMC right there, and then US. The cup is 45 dated as well, so I doubt the cup and the canteen ever got separated. The cup, blah blah blah, there's the handles. So not your average handle, but that's one of the things I like about it so much. I like the fact that it's a pretty cool handle like that, pretty easy to use. So get get that back in there. Can be a pain sometimes to get in there, especially when it's on your hip. Ah, come on, stupid lift the dots. Yeah, I get it, it's a lift the dot, but it's hard to get back on there sometimes. Alright, so over here is my bayonet. This is an original bayonet and original scabbard, but I think it's a little after World War II. They both have serial numbers on them, and the reason I think it's a little after is because if you look at the the scabbard, yeah, it's got fabric right here, and a lot of the original ones, the scabbard and then the little web belt hooks just came right out of this. They didn't have the whole fabric in between. But I'm lucky that I got this because I have no room on here to put this. I have one free prong or one free hole right here and right here. So if I wanted to put it on here, I couldn't. There's no option. The other hole is taken by my shovel. Or else I'd squeeze it in there. So I had to put it kind of, I'm going to say rigor modify, even though it's not even close, and just put it on my belt back here. It's not what rigor modifying is, but you get the point. It can be a challenge to get out, but at least it's there. I'm not going to put it on my leg because they never did that. They did that with the M3 trench knives. So that's that. I'll put it on the gun. I can get the stupid little heavy block of wood. These things get pretty heavy. Not as heavy as my Springfield though, but so there's that. Sometimes they call them pig stickers, and if you have the reason behind that story, why they called them pig stickers, please let me know, because I'm curious to why they called them pig stickers. I mean, did they go around chasing pigs with these? I have no idea. I didn't even know there were pigs in Europe. That's probably the most retarded comment I've said all day, but oh well. Over here we have the, almost said T-tool, but the E-tool entrenchment, or E-shovel, E-tool is pretty much what it's called. Covers dated 45, shovels dated 44. And by the way, if you're wondering what I paid for this stuff, I really got pretty good deals. Bayonet was 35 bucks. This right here was, I think, $15. Everything has been, I mean, I got that canteen plus original cover for 5 bucks. You know, 2 Carlisle bandages for 5 bucks. Everything has been reasonably priced, in my opinion, except for these right here, which I'll get to in a little while. Those were expensive. Here it is. You can see it says US and it says wood and it says 1944. These were dirt cheap at the time, you know. And you see what it looks like. I'm not going to undo it. I'm sure there's some dude who put a video out just on entrenchment shovels. So you can go see what it looks like all undone. It just folds out. Over here we have the wire cutters. These were really expensive. I think I paid 75 bucks for these, but they're all original and they're pretty much in mint condition, so I don't feel too uncomfortable paying that price, considering there's people on eBay right now asking like 120 for that same looking kind of set. So comes out, blah, blah, blah. Here's these. It's 44 dated on the bottom. It's 44 dated right here. So this will focus. Da, 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 da. Come on, focus, please. There you go. US HKP and then 1944. These work extremely, extremely well. My dad used these actually for a couple of things he did, like yard work and stuff. And I mean, he didn't like get them all dirty and get them all, you know, nicked up. We're not retarded. We don't use original stuff for that, but he had to cut a wire or something in the basement, or like a little chicken wire thing, and it worked really well. So, and then the last things I'm just gonna show around. Have my paratrooper first aid kit. Let me go over the non-original things while I remember. Cover not original, cover not original, not original, suspenders not original, musette bag not original. Felt pads, I were told they're original. I don't think they're original. But there's my paratrooper first aid kit. I put on suspenders. Some guys do their helmets or boots. This is a Taylor's & Company water compass, water-filled compass. I've noticed this arrow points north and this one points south. Please explain why, because if you look at the markings on it, it would normally be the opposite way. So, you know, if I turn that around, that's north that way. So that one's north. You got friction tape or hockey tape, like they would have done. And the musette bag, fully packed as original. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Comment, rate, subscribe. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my new channel. And as always, have a great day.